Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. We're on at a special time today, um, and we scheduled Tamsin to be with us. I just met her a couple of weeks ago, and I knew when I received the email to ask if there was alignment to be on the Ordinary Show. I knew immediately it was a yes, but I still had to do my due diligence. I had my personal session, had a couple of conversations, and the alignment, um, and what's being shared, and what was revealed to me personally, uh, was of such profound effect and so validating for an awareness that I have, um, that I knew that Tanzin had to be on. And here we go. 2 weeks later, she's on the show. We created a special spot. Um, for Tamsin to appear. And who Tamsin is, she's an oracle who channels the Morcott material, which is timeless, boundless, and unifying wisdom that helps people hear themselves so they can heal themselves. And again, the gift that Tamsin has and her service through this vehicle that she brings in is truly extraordinary. So y'all are going to get to experience Tamsin and her experience. We'll experience Morcott, and you'll have to pronounce that for me correctly because I know I'm probably not saying it right. And we're also going to talk about the Lemurian exploration of life on Earth and how perhaps there's an awakening happening that you may or may not be familiar with, but something that may activate in today's conversation to expand what's possible for you now. So, without further ado, and by the way, Tamsin's also offering one-on-one sessions for the special offer, which is extraordinary. We'll go into greater detail into special offer later, but I highly encourage anyone who has a capacity to book a one-on-one to really do so. And without further ado, Tamsin, welcome to Beyond the Ordinary.
Thank you so much, John, for that introduction. And it was honestly, without trying to sound impressive in any way, I'm so grateful to have connected with you in a one-on-one session. And just as with all of the connections that I make with the clients that I read, I am so greatly and truly honored to connect with the guides of each of the people that I'm fortunate to connect with because I learn so much and experience so much from every connection that I make because everyone on this planet is so unique.
Mm.
And so the guides of each person that I read are so unique. So really each session is so different. And I'm just always in awe of what comes through. And it's fascinating. And it is truly such a gift and honor for me. So I'm glad we got to have that experience before meeting together today.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I like it if we rewind a little bit and go into a short version of your story because we have so much to cover.
Right.
Um, but it wasn't that long ago that you really started really offering this connection and the translation for more code for private sessions and on a platform. It's like what opened up in you? How did it come in? Because it's so encouraging for people that say, I can't connect or I don't know what to do or I don't know what to do with my gifts or how to really utilize it. And your story is extraordinary on how you just opened up not only the channel, but you opened up the receptivity and availability of what's being channeled through you so that you can serve others.
I think the opportunity to slow right down during lockdown for me was immense. It made a profound difference in my experience because I was able to slow down to the degree that I could see and feel things so clearly that I knew precisely which steps I wished to take. And that's kind of at the foundation of what Morcott teaches is to slow down, to feel all that you feel. They say you have to feel it to heal it, to slow down, to notice how you feel, and to act in accordance with what you feel on a soul level. And so for me, lockdown was an opportunity to not have to be as busy with everyday life. And that was when the guides came through most clearly. I'd been getting messages for people for years, but it wasn't until then that I started to do this channeling work more formally when I wrote my first book, The Prophecy of One, or rather channeled, or I sort of see myself as a scribe, because when I say I wrote this book, it doesn't resonate as truth. And what I do for a living is speak truth. So truth resonance is like a language that I've grown accustomed to attuning to. And so it doesn't sound correct or feel correct when I say I wrote a book, because I didn't, I channeled it. And the work that I do is whether it's in a one-on-one session or the two books that I have on Amazon or any of the videos you see, my job is the same. It is to be a speaker or a scribe for precisely what comes through. And I was able to step more deeply into this work by quietening my mind. And the guides of so many of the people that I read want to, one of the most repeated messages that comes through in these such unique sessions is that when you calm your mind, you can hear us. And when you mentioned the gifts that people each have, and we were speaking of the uniqueness of each individual on this planet, or apparent individual, as Morcott puts it, we all have these gifts that so many of us are looking outside of ourselves. Or I remember that expression, comparison is the thief of joy. So many people look to others and see what they're doing and say to themselves, well, I wish I was doing something like that, or I feel like I should be doing something like that. And we can often distract ourselves or take ourselves on different paths and feel most intuited because we're trying to do something that is outside of ourselves. But when we simply listen to ourselves, and sometimes we need a little support with doing that, with all of the conditioning that we've each had. But when we simply listen to ourselves, we can discover the gifts that we each have that are already there on a soul level, that are not separate from us, those powers that we've always had. And the guides are coming straight in because I guess they like to help me explain things. They're far more eloquent than I, and if they feel like I'm missing something, they'll step in and help. I'm always humbled by them. The guides are saying we honor you and insult you not. They're saying that I'm doing a good job of sharing with the people, but if we speak directly, we'll speak more quickly and we'll also be we'll cover all. And just briefly to help to explain, the guides are asking me to make a very brief introduction and explanation, which is fair enough. But I must explain, as it's my responsibility, that I'll speak clearly, precisely what comes through. Some of what comes through will be in what the guides call frequency tuning. And sometimes they'll show me things in shape or form, color, in which case I have to explain what it is they're showing me. And sometimes I might draw. The guides are saying that we've come to they say we'll speak directly. Hello, welcome, children. Thank you, John. We're grateful to connect with you all. As Tamsin was beginning to explain, you each truly do have, upon a soul level, an absolute knowing of what it is you feel to do upon a soul level. The truth is your gifts are ever expanding, and both unique and original. You could each express yourselves in as many ways as there are aspects of the all. And by simply listening to what it is that you feel on a soul level, you can retrieve what is already there. Nurture this. Water the seed, this golden seed which you each hold. Children, you are the light. You, kukurtoina ho'o, by doing precisely as you feel upon a soul level, elevate us all in consciousness and frequency. And we have reached a level of frequency at which we, the Lemurians, and the higher consciousness guides of you all are more easily able to meet you. Like
Mm.
because the frequency at which you find yourself is closer to that of our own and is, in a sense, an invitation by frequency, by will, to connect with you, to assist you, to come into confluence with you. The truth is that life is a collaboration. None of you, not a single one of you, or apparent single one of you, are indeed truly separate. You have guides with you at all times. And so, as the child was explaining, by simply quieting your mind, by slowing down, by breathing, by noticing that which you truly feel and ignoring nothing, you can feel us. You can feel the all in its ever expansion. For the truth is, children, that you are all things. This is not a concept. This is a foundational truth. This is reality. And we remind you each, for you all know all that is on a soul level, for you are all that is. We remind you that by acting in accordance with your soul's will, you flow as one with us and with all. For you are the all. Do you understand? It is truly so simple.
Mm.
So simple that so many would ignore or miss what is immediately in front of them, indeed surrounding and within them. When all is different than you have supposed or been taught, it is very challenging to observe accurately. Your shortcut is by way of presence within self, presence as self. By expressing and experiencing in accordance with that which feels correct, which feels right for you upon a soul level, being precisely who you are. From this place of presence and precision of self, as self, it's like in you, you may feel all else that is, for you are truly honoring and expressing yourself. And we remind you, most importantly, that you can only fully honor another by fully honoring yourself. And so many of you children self-sacrifice to a degree that you no longer know what it is you feel nor wish. So long as the others have what they need, so long as the expectations of others are being met, my own will so often goes on the back burner, so to speak. Prioritize not others, for you are all. And so self-sacrifice results in a void at the heart of creation. For you, we are all creating all the time. So create from a place of fullness and self-honoring. Prioritize not another. Know yourself as one with all. And be empowered by all that you know your oneness with. For in truth, children, you are all powerful. And you are empowered by that which you can comprehend your oneness with. So start small and do not stop. Know yourself as one with all that is, with your guides, with this earth, which we call Samanu, to honor this plane in the truth that it is a combination of so many elements, not just one. Rather like you, children. You are all as one. This is what the humans represent. This is what to us, the Lemurians, you are a symbol of. Oneness and peace. You are a profound step in the direction of peace and harmony in the multiverse, for you are all things. You are. We remind you, the truth of your being. You are all each so unique, for you are all formed of the genetics of the all. You were co-created by a collaboration of beings, including the Lemurians. And you are pure promise and light. You are all that is as a being. A sacred effort to combine all that was combinable, to create one being, to be a symbol of peace. For how could they fight with that which they are? You are the light. You are a symbol of peace and potential as we expand as one. And we wish for you each to know that we adore you and look at you with such admiration and awe. Understanding how greatly challenging it is to be upon a realm which is at a stage of such tumultuous development or evolution. As this realm raises in frequency, each of you are noticing with greater accuracy what it is I feel to do, and so listen and so observe and so notice. And know that as changes unfold upon your plane, rather than being disrupted or distracted by them, you can be amplified by the energy of transformation. We greatly encourage you to make any changes in your lives that you feel to. And also to listen most carefully to that which you feel upon a soul level and to act in accordance with this. For now, at this time of transformation, you can transform at your optimum by simply breathing in deeply and acting in accordance with that which you feel. John, do you have any questions, or would you like to speak to Tamsin?
I do have questions. Um, what you're sharing, and I can feel the vibrational shift taking place. So it's the words and and I want to ask about that in a second. But my first question to you is, this is being said to us through multiple channels, through multiple broadcasts, and we receive the unique transmission of the groups, especially on the show, that are coming in with very similar messages for us as a community and as for humanity. As we're receiving these messages, why is it so challenging for us as individuals to take such simple instructions and carry them forward?
Because, child, you children all have been taught to do as you are told.
Mm,
And you are such kind and honorable beings. And so, having been taught such from such a young age, most are in the illusional understanding that In order to tsukufena, create, promote, be a part of harmony, peace, you must do as you are told or as others project, prefer, or indeed expect. And so, rather like writing a journal in the absolute knowing that nobody is ever going to read it. Live your life in accordance with your soul's will, not that which you have been taught, unless these happen to align, which of course they occasionally do. Sakartin here. Simply notice, each of you, the pattern of sacrificing, doing as you feel for your shukuna tukortoina she conditioned tuk ufoina approach to responding with what it is that the other person may be expecting. Shaina tukortinhi or shakurtoina tukortina projecting into being by quietening your mind, by simply listening. Shainisa, you can hear us and you can feel all that is as it shifts, and all is shifting all the time. So, what is possible now is different to what was possible even when we began this podcast. So, and so do not lean even upon your own projections of what is, but notice what you feel to do, what you feel not to do. Sukurtini, without tukurtainasha, getting stuck upon a level of shame, guilt, or doubt. Just noticing, sukufuinasha, I do feel like doing this thing. I've been feeling like doing this thing for many years. Fukainasha, rather than feeling ashamed and running away from that thing and waiting another 3 years. Tukartinithya, be as present and as courageous to look this thing, whatever it may be, right in the eyes. Why have I not done this? Ardini, I don't feel guilty nor ashamed. Why have I not done this? Okay, let me think on that even more deeply. Okay, okay, I'm going to do it right now because I feel like it. I just noticed that the only person who could stop me is indeed me, not the expectations or the preferences of another or of culture at large. Not because I'm a fukurtoina sha, karta ainu fui takardini, just simply because I feel to do this. By acting in accordance with your soul's will as you feel to do something, you may harness all that is in like frequency in that moment. All the realms are inter-affecting, are inter-reflective. That wasn't a correction. All affects the all reflects the all. And so harness the powers of all that is, all that we truly are, all that you truly are. By breathing in fully. The full expanse of your lungs, not 3/4 of them. Breathe it all in. Notice all of it. Feel all of it. Many of you have learned not to feel all that you feel because it can be painful upon a realm which is going through such change. We will speak to so many of you who are listening. From this place of presence, for we, the Lemurian people, we can see what is now and what all potential trajectories are from this moment. And so we speak to those who have not yet known that we exist, for we already see the alignments and the trajectoral pathways. Know, children, that from such a place of presence, you may truly act in accordance with the all. This is what we call grace or being graceful, acting in accordance, being in flow with the all that you are. How could you flow in harmony with all that you are without noticing precisely how you feel? We choose to speak to so many of you here today and those whom we can already envisage as joining in the trajectorial paths. So many of you are so greatly sensitive. And please do not be ashamed nor feel guilty for what it is we now share with you, but are so greatly sensitive that you choose to numb your feelings or to be in varying avoidant states in order not to feel all that you do naturally. We will work with you each today as a collective, helping you to hold the frequency which is now available to you. Helping you to notice all that is available to you, all that indeed you each are. And to assist your hearts in healing from the pain that have caused them, to tell you, I don't wish to feel all that I do, for it can be too much upon this plane. Remember, children, and I speak to so many of you directly here. And remember, when I say here, I mean including the trajectories that I see. So many have come as keepers of the light, holding the light for others. This is such a courageous role to choose to play. Do not underestimate your powers and the effect that you are already having upon this plane. For so many of you think, but do not feel, think that you are not doing enough. When just by being here and holding the frequency that feels resonant to you as often as you can, as consistently, as much as you can, you enter effectively, shift all in existence, most locally your own plane and people. Like you are making it possible for others to step in the light, to hold such frequencies. It is so painful and so jarring for so many of you to come from planes of higher frequency to a plane upon which the base level frequency is so much lower to that which is familiar to you, natural to you. And so do not be disheartened by not finding like frequency. And remember what a courageous quest it was for you each to choose to come here and to simply hold the light. And children, you are already doing it. So by being present to your heart and honoring yourselves in all the ways that you feel to, you can most ably honor all others, and you are healing the all, not just Samanu, your earth, but all that is, by simply being present to that which you feel. And so we greatly encourage you to have the courage to be present to that which you feel. For here lies all that you are, all that we are. The heart is a portal to the all, a port to all. And by listening to yourselves, you will be listening to the all, your greatest self, ourselves as one. John, we would love to answer any questions you have.
I want to open up the platform and invite y'all to type any questions that you may have. We'll get into Q&A here in just a second because I want you to experience also get a bite-size experience as the special offer is available also. And again, y'all, I cannot recommend the special offer enough. Um, and later on the call, with Tamsin's permission, I'd love to explore, and y'all, this is so important, and I want to save it towards the end of the call also. I I want to explore density and disrupting energy that may be coming in. Tamsin and I had a discussion of that briefly before it came in, and I have an awareness of it. Tamsin is very aware of the opportunity also, and then to have the privilege to have Morcott on here to give us even more insight into it will be wonderful. So y'all are definitely going to want to hang out for that. Um, and let's get into Q&A, but maybe Tamsin wants to come in for a second and see if there's something that she wants to share before we get into our Q&A section here.
Hi guys, I'm sort of in semi-confluence, so I might seem a little
Yeah.
tricky. But really, just to quickly note before getting back into full confluence with Morcott that uh, they are speaking literally from another level, although as they always help us to understand that the fabric of reality is interwoven. They're not separate from us, they're not above us. They're grateful for me to explain that when they say higher consciousness, they do not see themselves as above you or above anyone else, above me, John, anyone. So we are simply showing you the path to know yourselves more greatly as the greatness that you are. Indeed, all is light. Uh, I'm going to continue speaking as Tamsin just for a moment to say, since they're speaking from another level, be careful to ask questions exactly as you wish to. Really check in with yourself that you're wording a question from your heart the way you wish it to be worded. And remember that the guides already know all there is, so you don't really have to explain much to them. Keeping questions short and sweet usually renders a more sheer direct response or explanation. The guides are saying, remember, we are all knowing. We simply know ourselves as one, and so we know all. The guides are saying, we assure you, you each know all, and you know all by knowing yourself. And so avoid nothing. When inquiring within, when adventuring within oneself. Ignore nothing for fear of what others might think or even of what you yourself may think. Just be honest with yourself. Perhaps you like something that others would find detestable or strange or might might perceive as crazy. Perhaps my partner won't like me anymore. Perhaps my mother won't trust that I'm safe anymore, and I will greatly concern her. All of such fears are examples of reasons why so many people do not do as they came to do upon this plane. We do not state this so clearly in order to instill fear, but we greatly encourage you to experience a life review now rather than only at the end of your experience. For so many of you, indeed most of you, have things that you feel to do differently, things you feel to do or feel not to do, which you are currently ignoring. These might seem very small or perhaps too big to look at. So usually are perceived as separate from one's quest, separate from one's path. I can still get to exactly where I'm going whilst completely ignoring this. Let us help you to build a bridge with that which you were attempting to ignore by simply noticing what it is you feel and acting in accordance with this, even if it might disappoint or even disrupt another. Sometimes, as we have explained, things have to break in order to expand. Sometimes, at least for a temporary period, a period of transformation, there can be seeming chaos, or disruption, disassembly in order to reassemble. Transformation is sometimes very uncomfortable. It can be painful. But the swiftest course is indeed by way of presence, presence to self, presence to precisely that which you feel. And when you ignore nothing, all is available to you. So we greatly encourage you to do this as an exercise by yourselves this evening. I will write down 3 things that I have been wishing to do that I have not yet done. And I'm not going to feel guilty nor ashamed. And then I'm going to write down 3 things that I wish not to do that I'm still doing. So I don't feel guilty. Deep breath. Okay, I felt a little guilty there. No, I'm not going to feel ashamed nor guilty. I'm just going to face this. Look the dragon in the face. He is here to help you. And in reference to what you were stating, John, or asking about, we wish to share with you all that the darkness only exists to assist the light. And that as we are in this time of rising frequency, it is almost impossible to ignore that it is no longer comfortable to stay in your comfort zone. Have you noticed this, children? It's not comfortable anymore not to do as you feel. And so during this time of transformation, find more footholds for your own expansion, for your own progress, for it all is in transformation. So you can harness such energies by simply noticing what I feel to do differently. It might seem, as we have stated, completely unrelated. All is one. Do as you feel. And during such a time of truth resonance, naturally, as is, as is energetic law, as we rise in frequency, there are low frequencies that wish to stay in existence. So come back down here. We want to be here. I don't like change. I want to stay here. I want you to stay here too. All is light. These frequencies too will rise and expand and alchemize into light. All is in progress. Do not be deterred by that which attempts to bring you down in frequency. Instead, embrace each as an opportunity to turn darkness into light by not acting in like frequency. Instead, see an opportunity. This person or this experience, this situation, is attempting to bring down my frequency. How will I respond? I will respond with love because that is what I feel upon a soul level. And that is what is most empowering for me. And that is how I contribute at my optimum to the enlightenment of the all, for all is light. And children, you are all alchemists, and you are all with the integration, with the true healing of any pain, alchemizing darkness into light. By responding not in like frequency, but with light, with love, you are transforming all that is, not only upon your own plane, but interreflectively all others. You are all this powerful. Simply respond with love and simply do as you feel. It truly is that simple. John, we will hand it back to you.
Beautiful. We'll get into Q&A here, but I want to reflect on that also. Y'all, when we understand that this density, this darkness is actually here for us, our relationship with it changes. We don't approach it in the warring fashion. There's never been a war that's ended a war in the history of humanity.
Perfect.
Ever. And so as we show up and understand that it's an initiation for us and it's guiding us through a threshold that we're capable of crossing, we've just been told tales that it's too scary, too dangerous. It's going to take something from us if we meet it head on.
Mm. Mm. You
And
can,
come back and listen to this transmission. Come back and listen to what was shared, not only in your power,
mm.
but also just the truth of what the energy is dictating for us. Energy is energy. It doesn't have the polarity. It just is. And how wonderful, y'all. This is so beautiful. I
Perfect.
love.
And I just want to say it, it's like your human expression. You cannot fight fire with fire.
Mhm.
Shuk ortoinha. Love truly is the greatest force in the multiverse. Suk ufuinasha. It has been greatly misunderstood and indeed underestimated. Fuk ortinishia. It is how you transform darkness. Sa
Mhm.
ishainatakarti. Respond with love. It is your greatest power. It is the greatest force that we are. Suk ortinisha. And as John is speaking to, all is essentially light. We are transforming into light on a conscious level. It is our essential nature. We are coming into confluence. We will no longer need the opportunity to learn from apparent duality, for we are reforming as one yet in greater expansion. Do you remember? Do you understand? And so the darkness is truly on path to becoming obsolete. And while it is here to learn from, notice what lessons it holds. Tamsin will remind you of a quote. They want me to quote from one of the books, Embrace not the dark, embrace not the darkness, instead envelop it with light, and so it ceases to exist. I'm handing it straight back to Morcott. They'll speak again. Could we really be this powerful? Maybe he is this powerful, but not I. Breathe in. What is truth? Do you remember that you are light? You are the gift. You are golden. Use your breath as the alchemical tool that it is. Indeed, you are this powerful. You are all powerful. And by simply noticing what it is that you feel, by moving in flow with the all, you are all powerful, for you are all. We speak to each one of you. And so remember, children, do not invite the darkness, but when you find it upon your doorstep, gift it with love, for responding in like frequency, just as John so wisely said that no war has ever been ended with war. Gift it love and transform it into the light which it is in its essential nature, our essential nature as one.
Beautiful. Let's get into some Q&A. Keisha, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, please let us know the proper pronunciation. But if you'll unmute your microphone, and what is
Hi,
your
hi,
question?
this is
Yeah,
Kasia.
Kasha. Welcome, Kasha.
Hi, hi. I I totally resonate with everything that's being said. I feel like it's being spoken straight to me. Even today during my walk, I was asking for some kind of signs, and this happened. This meeting that normally is held in the middle of the night in Europe, but today it's earlier and I was able to attend. I have so much to offer. And I know I'm on my way there, but I feel like I want to do it now, at this point, today, tomorrow. What can I do next, every day, even the simplest things, so they help me to be all I am for myself and for others as well.
Thank you so much, Kesa. Handing it directly to the guide. The guides are asking me to make clear that they are speaking in confluence with your own guides, Kaisa. Sakartike Kaisa, Sakartini Shia Sayanataka. Of course, we are with you all the time, child. Sakoina Shia Takartini. We share your burden, although it doesn't always feel lighter, for it's challenging within the density which you Sukoina Sha currently experience to note. Sukurtineha such nuances. The truth is that you are already doing that which you came here to do. As an upkeeper of the light, it is not separate from you. It is not external. It is not that which everyone will say, I see. I see what you're doing and it's working. In your inner knowing, Sayanisha, that which you know upon a soul level, you know what a gift it was for you to come here, what a challenge it was for you to come here. And you are already doing so much. Here lays a secret that will help bridge your current state of being or your perception of where you are and where you wish to be, where you feel to be. It is by way of your own understanding of self that you will realize I am already all that is. If you like, God is not separate from me. And by simply playing, by simply being here, and by simply noting this right in front of me, this person who challenges my frequency, this that is in the way of me being on my path, this is the challenge which will assist me to step in accordance with my soul's will. This is what is helping me to more astutely note what it is I feel. It is the momentary quest, the experience in the moment, which helps us to stay on path. It is not an interference. Indeed, any even attempted interference can always to be an opportunity for progress, an opportunity to of some kind that will benefit you. So as long as you are in the light and acting in accordance with your soul's will or the greater will of the all as we flow as one on our path of confluence, then you will be greatly supported by the light. And so there is no one thing that you must be doing to be doing it now. You are already doing what you came here to do. And by simply noticing what you feel in each moment, how you feel to respond to somebody, what you wish to do, in each moment, as irrelevant or unrelated as this may seem to your greater goals, here, to the horizon that you strive for, by simply noticing where precisely I feel to step next, where precisely I feel to stand now. I can bring that horizon into being in greater accuracy and most swiftly. And so, I'm bringing into harmony the now and the apparent future, and indeed all that is. For I am acting in accordance with my soul's will. I am acting in flow with the all. This might be the difference between deciding whether or not to have a coffee in the morning, or to cross the street, or to take this call in this moment, or rest as you had intended to. Sakartini Karta aha. Tokoineshe. Okay, so hi, it's Tamsin. They're saying that I can give you an example of an exercise that helps me sometimes. Thank you. I'm coming back in a confluence, so I have to go back and forth a bit. I tell myself this is the quest, this is the quest, and it helps me to stay on course. So when I'm going through any kind of a challenge or something that I momentarily might perceive as something that's taking me off my course, and I have to work through that to get back on my course, and then I'll be doing the thing I came here to do. I remind myself this is the quest. What is this right now? And as Morcott says, everything is a blessing and a lesson. And they're saying this could be something as colossal as a car crash. An illness, even a death in the family. Or something much more subtle, a cancellation that you feel disappointed by, hartaina shia, a friend's inability to meet your expectations. When you notice that each of these are opportunities for further understanding of yourself, of what your needs are, of where your boundaries lie, of how you feel how you feel to walk through the world. Your navigation becomes so very different, as John had been beginning to explain. We can approach all in a very different way, and we can truly gain so much more by remembering we are we are creating all that is all the time. We're doing so collectively, and that we have essentially chosen every experience, every interaction that we have to further define who we are as apparent individuals so that we can be this perfect, unique puzzle piece which fits in so perfectly with all the other puzzle pieces. It's not by acting in a way that reflects the other people that seem to have it figured out or seem to have found peace or harmony, but by being your absolute self and staying in your heart center and staying in reverence and presence to that which you feel, you can be that absolute unique shape that we each are. You are, Kesa, and everyone else listening. Artini shaika artaina. The guides are saying only by being your absolute self can peace and harmony be brought into being. For only as fully expressed, apparent individuals can we reform the all as one. We have broken into 1,000 pieces to understand ourselves more greatly. To look at all from every angle. And to know it all as light. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. I totally relate to it. Actually, recently I have had the most, last past months, I have had the most challenging experiences that I recognized as exactly such. To stop playing by what is being expected of me, but actually by applying truly what I feel.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And we're going to run the replay. So come back, and anybody else who's resonating with this, which I think it
Great.
may be a lot of us, will
Thank you.
be able to come back in and receive
Thank you
listening
so much.
several rounds over. Kasha, blessings to you. Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Remember, children, all of you, that the gift you have been given is your gift to give. If you don't yet know what this is, you're not late. You haven't missed a bus. Just have the great courage it takes in the knowledge that your guides are with you, to be present to what you feel and notice what you feel like doing, even if it doesn't feel related to this. For each is a step in the direction of you more greatly knowing yourself and more greatly knowing yourself as one with the all. So just do as you feel. This is your pathway to Kurtoina, discovering all that you are, missing nothing, Sayina Shah. And this truly is the greatest gift for all apparent others. Sakayana Shah, of course, we are all one.
Beautiful. There's some great questions coming in that we're going to get to. And I'm going to read a question here from Sean in a second. Y'all, we're going to get into the special offer in a second. I want to go through the question first, and then there's some other questions that are coming in that are just so beautifully, and I can feel the intention of it. So I want to get to those also. This is so amazing. But again, the link for the special offer, y'all, there's an opportunity for a one-on-one session. It's a beautifully discounted um, package to have personal time with the channel. And again, what opened up for me in awareness and insight is something that I'm still carrying very strongly, and I feel like it's a part of me. After 2 weeks, I feel like I've integrated an understanding that's empowered me in ways that I wasn't aware that I was ready to be empowered through my own self. And so it's beautiful what shows up. Again, the link for the special offer is in the chat box. We will review it in a second because there's two different types of sessions. But I want to go first to a question that came in from Shonda. And Shonda's asking, I'd love to hear if it's right timing for me to relocate and build a retreat center.
There are many factors coming into play. Shana, I hope I'm saying her name correctly.
Shonda.
Shanda, felt wrong. Sukur. Shaytini, fully handing it over to the guides. Shayartini ika ayana sur. This is not the kind of question we can answer in a satisfactory way in a short time without
Mhm.
it being completely irrelevant to so many others. So we would love to speak with you in greater detail if you would like to. In short, it is a greatly positive idea, but there are many factors that must come together in harmony for this to have longevity. And so, without projection, and do not take this personally, but look into the past and look at when you've said, this has to happen. I'm not going to look at any of those things over there. I'm only going to look at what I want it to be. Miss not the red flag that you are blinding yourself from here. There are many factors that must come into being for this to come into being. We're not saying that this will not. It has great potential to and could be very helpful and effective and have a very positive ripple effect upon the people. But remember this, the challenges that you overcome in the creation of building such a center will add to the compassion and understanding you have for the people who will be served within it. We hope this answers your question, and we welcome the next.
Oh, I
So,
got the chills. Beautiful. Hey, can we bring Tamsin back in to go over the special offer in the sessions?
yeah.
Let's do that. So, y'all click on the link that's in the chat box. The special offer, there's a button underneath the video where you're watching the call from as well, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Just click on the special offer button. If you happen to be on YouTube watching a replay there, the link is in the comments section as well. And you can always find the special offers for Beyond the Ordinary at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. And Tasman, you speak my language. Marco speaks my, it's just,
Morcott does.
oh, it feels so just like home and opening and receptive and validating and just and enlightening all simultaneously. So tell us about these two opportunities to dive into session with you and with Marco.
Absolutely. And thanks for saying that. Morcott says truth resonates on a soul level. This is something I'm saying. They're not saying this right now. This is something they've said many times in the past. And I think that familiarity that you're beautifully describing is that. And we all feel that sense of truth. And the guys are saying, great job reminding them because stay in this frequency of truth resonance. From this place, we can excel at our optimum. The guides are saying we will honor John by explaining what it is that we're offering. And they're telling me to do that, which is probably a good thing. Because on a podcast the other day, the host said, so tell us how to find you on social media. And Morcott just said, YouTube. Here's
Oh
one
my
thing I
God,
know
that's
I'd be able to
perfect.
do better than you, but usually I just hand everything to Morcott because they know everything.
Mm.
So the special offer, we have two special offers. It's honestly the best offer we've ever given in terms of pricing. So you can have 4 months access to our paid levels Substack. How many of you guys are using Substack? I love Substack. It's such a great, easy, interactive, accessible way of receiving information and watching videos. And if whether you like to be on in really regular exposure to something you're interested in, or whether you want to just check it out every now and again and have easy access to anything that you might have missed in the last month or two, it's such an easy way of navigating this material. And so Package A, the Oracle Guidance Package A, is 4 months access to the paid level Morcott material community on Substack, which means you can be able to view our full library of videos that have been created, all the content that's been created. It includes discounts to some of the books. We have 2 books on Amazon under Morcott, and an Oracle Guidance session. So it's a value of $465. And it's $197 today, which is awesome. So it's a chance to connect directly with your guide. So the way that it works is as Tamsin, and I want to be very clear, I'm speaking as Tamsin right now. I might look a little dazed, but that's because I've been in confluence. I will be the guides are jumping in to help me explain. They're saying she goes into confluence with us. We go into confluence with your guides, the guides of the person she is reading. And including the frequency tuning, which you're beginning to become accustomed to as she communicates with us, for us. Your vessel will be attuned to the frequency that serves and suits you best, so that you, at your unique stage, at your unique stage upon your path and experience, can absorb energy at your optimum and gift light at your optimum. Express yourselves at your optimum. Be in flow with the all. We wish to bring you all into harmony so that you can bring us all into harmony. And so simply Tamsin will speak to you as a combination of us with your own guidance team, assisting you by bringing light to anything that you may have kept in darkness or wish to be in greater understanding of, wish to bring to the conscious. We remind you all, children, and as you know, truth resonates on a soul level. You already know all that is. And so we will simply bring to the conscious that which is most helpful for you to be conscious of at this stage. Helping to highlight gifts, and the path before you. We too will answer any questions you have, although it is typically the case that most people do not ask many questions, if any, for we will just share with you that which you have already been wondering. For we, your guides, are with you at all times, and so we truly hear what it is that you are wondering, and we answer that which is most imminent and most helpful, that which will most ably bring you into harmony so that you can do so expansively for us all as one. John, they're handing it back to you, unless you'd like them to jump into explaining the package B.
Let's go into package B for sure.
I'll start to explain it. I'm still here with my slightly squinty eyes. I love Morcott's enthusiasm to just jump in even when explaining the I've never experienced that before. So the package B is a quantum portal healing process session, which they might want to jump in and explain because they could probably do a better job than I. It also includes the 4 months access to the paid level Substack community, which includes, by the way, our monthly live broadcasts, which a little bit like this, it's on Zoom. We have a Q&A portion, so it's a really great monthly kind of check-in with self and community, just to reconnect. And and Morcott's jumping in with saying, and receiving. They're saying casual, receiving light from the cosmos. Tamsin's making small of what it is that we do every month, speaking so casually. They make fun out of me a lot. Hartaina sha, it is deeply profound. We gather monthly. Akoino she taka, artinia she ia. We connect with you all through this speaker and we answer your questions. Takaina sha. And so during the 4 months, you will be able to join us for each of those 4 monthly sessions. Takaina shi ia. We, as Morcott, will explain what quantum portal healing process is. It is very simple, but it is too all that is. Shayin arte e hirtaina she. For all is light. Sha'inaya takartini, and we know ourselves as light. Taikaina sha. We are Lumerians. Lumen means light. Sui shaina ki takartoina e. We are beings of light. Shukortaina ha. We are masters of light, for we know that which we are, and it is light. And so, with focused frequency by way of a portal, held by this oracle, we can heal with your will that which you wish to. It is energetic healing with great focus and precision and indeed power, for we know that which we are. We assist you all in healing yourselves and in knowing yourselves so you can know yourselves as light also. So ayana shi'e. Quantum portal healing process assists you all with knowing yourselves as light by healing with light. Shakayana, that which you are in essence. Quantum portal healing process. Does this answer any questions you may have, John? Can we, Kartini, speak to any other questions you may have on the process? So
Let's,
yeah.
I would like to ask either you or Tamsin, if someone isn't sure which offer they want to take, which of the sessions, would there be a starting point that you think may be beneficial if they're unsure?
A very good question. We prefer in almost all instances to work with a person with the mind first. For by explaining what is happening and helping each apparent individual to see clearly why it is that they are inviting physical ailments unto themselves to learn from. So in a quantum portal healing process session, we can more easily enable such healing, bring such healing into being. For you are Shah, unlikely to be continuing to call it into being, to learn from. For as we have said before, everything is a blessing and a lesson. So it is helpful for us first in an oracle guidance session to explain to Cortoina, in truth, to remind you what it is that you already know in order to make a clear pathway for your healing. Each are greatly healing. Most clients start with Cortoina, an oracle guidance session in order to better understand themselves, in order to better assist us in assisting you. Does that make sense?
It makes tremendous sense. And in my experience, again, I shared earlier how profound it was for me. But what came in the healing, you're so spot on. It's something that I knew, but I didn't know how to translate within myself necessarily. I had an awareness of it, and because I wasn't landing it, it was confusing in the world. It seemed so confusing. When that clarity came in, the world became less confusing for me simultaneously because I was aware of that which I knew from within, but again, didn't have the languaging or the vibrational experience. I go, oh, that's true. And so profound. And that's what's being offered. And so no matter how far along you've come on the work that you've done, or how much you still think might need to be excavated to use a term that y'all might resonate with. Um, what becomes available is just it's liberating. and light expanding within our being. And to carry that, it's a load that's lifted, and you'll just understand just with so much more peace of
Thank
what's
you.
really true.
So
Yes,
cool.
Tamsin. Yeah.
It is our goal, Kokaina Sha, our pure intention to simply help you to remember who you
Mm,
are, Sukaina Shia, to notice what it is that you feel, Kartini Shakini, to remember yourself as light, as a part of the alchemical process itself. Koina Shia Takarti, I am light. I am Tukoina Shia. I am. Tukoina Shia Takaina here. We are here to remind you of that which you already are. And so many of you feel that you're doing something wrong or not doing enough, and that's why you're not yet making the connections that you feel need to come into being. Shu'ur here. The work we do is assisting others in knowing themselves as the unique individuals that they are, and as all, as one. There is nothing more empowering than knowing your oneness with all that is. And you can only know your oneness with all that is by noticing all that you feel. And in a sense, due to the simplicity of this truth, it can be greatly helpful to attune directly to your guides in order to clearly see what has always been in front of you or as one with you.
beautiful. Yeah, I hope you take advantage of the special offer or have the opportunity to. Of course, there's so much being offered here. So if it's not accessible for whatever reason, I'm grateful to have this time with you and grateful that Tamsin and Morcott are here sharing so that we can receive, that we can remember, that we can embody, so we can be. So but if you do have the opportunity, again, I highly recommend the session. Both packages, they're two separate packages, $197. There's a two payment option on both of those as well to make it more accessible for you. And book your call as soon as you can. And Tamsin has made her schedule beautifully available for our community. So what a wonderful time to take advantage of this. Uh, Tamsin or Marco, great question came from Paul. And Paul, I have a feeling you already know that that quantum session may be wonderful for you, but let me read this question. Um, what do we do about seeming reoccurring patterns of suffering, even after much hard work, inner and outer, and even after breakthroughs? Things seem to be taken back. Is this an inner issue or not meant to have progress or relief or peace? It seems like a life of suffering without real feelings of hope, change, but just instinctively keep fighting, but question what I am fighting for. I fight through and then seems to be taken back from me again. Thank you.
You are light. So light is all that is. By being pushed and prodded, pained and pushed for so many years. You have few options other than to find what feels most comfortable. Where lies the eye of the storm? This is the path to knowing oneself. Knowing oneself as separate, knowing oneself as all, questioning everything. And so, gaining the opportunity to truly know all that is. We understand how greatly challenging this is, but perhaps comfort yourself by looking back to earlier in this existence, noticing something greatly challenging that happened, something that was perhaps the opposite of what you had presumed or preferred. That you later were able to reflect upon in the wisdom of the way by which it has assisted you. And use this as a microcosm of understanding for your life at large. There is indeed nothing to fight for, but Sukoina Sha, the goal, Sukoina Sha, the horizon, Sukoina Sha, the all is light. Sukoina Shikaina Takehe. And so take all the courage that you have, that you can conjure, and have the courage to be present to that which you feel. Have the courage to be so present, Paul, that you can review and all others. Did the step I just take really resonate? It feels strange, perhaps not correct, to be here where I stand now. Would I do that differently next time? Was there a step that would have resonated more? With this reflection, do I feel to step differently now? All is always in accordance and all is always in expansion. There is no true trap. Only endless, actually endless opportunities to progress upon your path, our path of confluence, our path of conscious oneness, of coming together. This might sound symbolic. It really is as simple as I speak. As I speak it. Paul, just notice the progress that you are making. And astutely note, do I wish to step here or do I wish to step here? It is so slightly different, but I am noticing what feels resonant. And as I attune to that which feels resonant in each step, my path changes. Think about alignments at large. Think about the difference to your trajectory if you step here instead of here. Bringing yourself into alignment in each moment is truly the key to you reaching the destination that you imagine for yourself. But we shall give you a shortcut. The destination is here. For each aspect of the all is the center of the all. Each aspect of the all is a cell of the all. Being centered within self is being centered in one's power. So just continue to listen and listen ever so carefully without judgment of self or others. This will assist you greatly. Do we have any more questions?
Wow. I feel like we're full from today's call. There's so much that's been coming through. Y'all, we're going to run the replay again the full weekend. You'll be able to access replays at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/replay. We'll send an email out for it a little bit later as well. So watch for that email and come back into the transmission. Of course, the special offer with the individual sessions at this price point, I'm so happy and honored to be able to present this to you so that you can have a deeper understanding of the truth that is alive within you, that has just been distorted by noise in different ways, that has an opportunity to come back to your light. So I do hope that you participate in that special offer if you have the opportunity to. And dive in again. Both packages are $197. There's a two-payment option on both of those, and book your session. Book your session. And with that, Mark, is there a final transmission to close off today's call that you would be compelled to leave us with?
Thank you. Thank you, Lakaina, John, and your team,
Mm.
and for all who have chosen to join us. If we can leave you with one simple truth, one thing to remember, along with the homework that Tamsin spelled out for you, things you choose to do, things you choose not to do, stepping into action with that which we have so simply shared with you today. Remember that as all is changing, it is an optimal time to do as you feel upon a soul level. This might seem so simple, but we just wish to remind you that when you pass from this plane, you do a life review and you observe what you would have done differently. And so we so greatly encourage you to do this now and to decide to commit to yourself that you will do as you feel, that you will honor yourself. For by such you are contributing that same frequency, that same creation interreflectively to all else that is, for you are one with all things. So during this time of change, do not be afraid by the apparent chaos. Do not be deterred or disheartened. Instead, see the footholds for your own elevation. Just breathe. So here, it might at times seem frightening or jarring in its energetic structures. Remember that you are the light and that you have come by way of frequency to share all that you are. And so to simply be in the frequency of your preference. Notice what brings you joy. Notice what makes you feel good. For so many of you, it is simply to walk in nature and to spend more time breathing, to spend more time alone, to spend more time with the ones you love, whose frequency you wish to share in. Treat yourselves as the gods that you are. You are all creators and you are all creating all the time. So do so from a place of self-honoring, for this is what you create from such a space. We will end here. Thank you so much, John. We'll pass
you.
it to Tamsin. Hi, John. I'm
Tamsin,
here to
welcome
answer
back.
any questions as Tamsin.
It's Maureen wrote in, and Maureen, I we addressed which package if you're not sure. So start with package, the second package. Maureen's asking which package would be more beneficial, and that's why I asked the question because I knew they'd be like, I want both. I don't know which one. Start with package B, Maureen, um, and go from there. You can't make, you won't make a mistake in choosing the one that feels right to you. But if you're asking, start with package B, and then blessings too.
Kuina shot. The guides are just quickly coming through to say Takashi in here. They're joking about humans right now. They're saying, unlike humans, we don't have to fit into a certain form. So cool, Kuina shot. If you come to us, we will share with you what is needed. Many of the sessions that Tamsin holds are, so to speak, hybridized sessions, partially kakartina here. Those who book quantum healing portal process Shaina Kartini, usually before we have made this offer with you, John, Kartini Shi'ia, we do exactly as we feel, Kartini, just as we encourage you to. And so, Fuina Sha, Takene Hip, we speak directly to your guest. If you wish to choose a quantum portal healing process session, we will make this partially the focus because we do need to speak to you for at least 14 minutes. So, Fuina Sha. This is not a standard rule. This is for your guest who is asking. So know that your needs will be met, but not by way of any rules that we have conformed to. So and we greatly encourage you to only ever follow rules that you feel to upon a soul level. For all is in flow at all times, and so doing precisely as you feel is truly what is right for you and all others. We look forward to meeting you in perfect frequency and place and timing. We jest because time doesn't exist, and we will see you now. If you like. Does this answer your question?
I believe it does. Yes, thank you. And Tamsin, I may have had it wrong. You're suggesting that people start with package A or package B if they haven't had sessions before.
So thank you. I'm speaking as Tamsin again. If they haven't had a session before, package A is actually the Oracle guidance session. So that's the one that Morcott was
Okay.
saying. They like to speak to people before are able to receive at the same to the same degree. You can see I'm far less eloquent. This is why they jump in.
No, you're wonderful.
Explain
Are you kidding
things.
me? No, it's no, it's
I'm like,
we like having you back because I there was so much that was given and it was beautiful and there's an assimilation to it. But your presence and your embodiment by being so attuned with them and really walking the path that they're presenting to you for you, obviously,
thank you.
it's
I certainly do
wonderful to
mean
bring
that.
you in. Yeah.
Thank you. And I appreciate the opportunity actually to speak to that in a very honest and grounded way. I want to be very clear. It is absolutely my goal to walk the path, as you say. And
Yeah.
I want to be absolutely vulnerable and also saying that I'm a human, which apparently, as Morcott explains, means hybrid. So we're all hybrids, but I'm a regular hybrid like all the rest of you, and I'm doing my absolute best to walk that path. And I'm so grateful to have Morcott with me because they're honestly constantly reminding me how to stay on path. And it's always the same simple truth to notice how you feel and to be present. The guides are saying that you have learned so many of these lessons from so many different philosophical and spiritual backgrounds and teachings. And so, because you have been so exposed to them, but without yet being guided in the simplicity that they truly are. Many of these truths are hiding in plain sight, so they wish for you to each begin to comprehend. There is no separation between you and the truth, nor you and the light, nor you and God. So you're already doing what you came here to do. Just continue in doing it. The way you can refine your steps, your path, your process, your life, your quest is simply by being right here, right now. Use your breath. What do I feel? And I'll explain that the guides are showing me that they're just standing back and observing people listening to themselves and the profound changes that come as a result of people deciding I am going to do as I feel. And they're highlighting even if it disappoints another, even if other people may not like me as much, or may not love me anymore, may not understand me anymore. Do they understand you now? They're asking. Hold not hold back not your full force. For you cannot be recognized when not in full expression. How can you find like frequency? How can you find those who will understand you? If you are not expressing yourself in your full authenticity, do not be concerned of what others will think. Be concerned of what you feel. And remember that what you feel on a soul level, what you feel in your heart, if you're truly listening to what you feel on a soul level, it always serves all others, for you are listening to yourself as one. You are working in accordance, walking in accordance with the all. And so it is truly not selfish to do as you feel. It is most important that you remember that by honoring yourself, you honor others. So by healing this yourself, you are healing the whole. We greatly look forward to connecting with so many of you. So and for those we do not connect with, we very much hope that you will take some moments this evening or another day soon to write down very simply what you feel to do differently and to take the step or steps available. For as you do, others will form at your feet. All is in creation at all times, and you are all creators. Do not doubt nor forget your powers. Remember who you are, children. And by simply being your absolute selves, you truly are contributing at your optimum to bringing the multiverse into harmonic balance. So we thank you, and we are truly in awe of you all. Thank you for joining us today.
Marco, thank you. Thank you for the transmission. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. Tamsin, thank you so much. Wow.
Thank
Amazing
you,
call.
John. Thank you.
Oh,
I was just thanking Morcott. I'm so grateful to be on your show and to connect with you.
mm,
It's truly, truly, truly an honor. It's my greatest honor to be able
mm,
to connect with the guides. And I take my job very seriously, not to get in the way, and just to speak exactly what comes through. Even if it doesn't make sense to me, it always makes sense to the person. I don't need or have the context. Your guides are speaking to you directly. And we really appreciate being on the show. And I would love for any of your audience who's interested in staying in touch to check out our Substack, Instagram, TikTok. And if
yeah,
you
we'll go through all that and that'll be shared. So we'll give all
really,
that afterwards and it'll be p- part of what's put out there. So it's wonderful. And again, the special offer, you want everybody to dive in the special offer because that intimacy, it just takes you somewhere else. So it's wonderful. Thank you again.
the guides are saying thank you. They're making fun out of us. Let me just hear what they're saying here. They're just saying we're such cute children. They're saying you're such, look at these cute children
Mm,
sharing the light because we're doing this in a way that they're not used to. This is, how our technology is obviously in our minds moving very quickly. They did describe at one point the cell phone. They said this archaic device is not as useful as you think it is. And they do talk about it as an archaic device, but still technology is moving so quickly that they're finding it amusing how we're sharing this
that's cute.
information light.
Well, let's all learn to laugh at ourselves with such love as well. And what a beautiful message also. Tamsin, thank you so much. Everybody on the call, thank you for being on here, sharing your light, your beautiful questions, your vulnerabilities and intentionality, your love and your strength also. It's a gift to be here with you all. I bow down to each and every one of you and namaste. And with that, I'll look forward to seeing y'all on the next call. Tamsin, thank you so
Nam-
much. Have a
Namaste,
great
brother.
namaste.